Hi guys, and welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. So this is the day in my life in my kitchen. I've not started with breakfast. Just trying to switch things up a little bit. So this is lunchtime. So there's tuna sandwiches on the horizon. Got to have the old cider vinegar. Ooh. Not tons of it. And the mayo. Mixy, mixy, mixy. So in this video, there is the meal planner, plus how I sort my shopping for Steve, bless him. And there is also the second part of what I use in my kitchen. So yeah, also tray bake meal, a nice and easy one. Loads of tuna. So I typically use one tin to make 2 lots of sandwiches, if that makes sense. You can see I'm just defrosting our chicken burgers there. I've also got the cheese stuffed burgers to the bottom left of the screen. They're defrosting for tea. And there's a ham which I cooked after tea. And the kids had that for sandwiches in the pack up. Absolutely love tuna. These cakes, you've just seen them in a haul. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful they are. This one's not over strong with ginger. I would have preferred more ginger in it. But it's not like them, you know, the Jamaican ones, ginger cakes. It's not like them. And the Dutch apple one was absolutely beautiful as well. So yeah, if you do see them about in any of the discount stores that I recommended, I highly recommend those. They're really, really nice. So now I'm just doing the stuff for the tray bake. So this is the day before Steve goes shopping. So I'm trying to use up what I can. I don't know why I got the bacon out, because I didn't use it. So yeah, I'm trying to use up what I can. I've got some chicken there. It was from a Gusto meal. And they sent me out mini fillets. And it wasn't what's supposed to have been sent out. So that was, I mean, accidents happen, you know. So I just put them in the freezer and I've pulled them out for this recipe. So plenty of vegetables going on here. And I want the vegetables chunky, so these mushrooms, all I've done, and I'll show you the tray in a minute, is cut these mushrooms in half. I don't want tiny little slithers of vegetable on the tray by the time it's cooked, because we all know they cook down, they lose their water and whatnot. So, yeah. It's whatever veg you want, really. I mean, I can't stand courgette or pepper, so I won't be eating that, but Steve will. I don't do something just because I don't like it. These carrots weren't the best. As I say, they needed using up. So I did scrape them. You're probably thinking, well, why didn't I just use a peeler? I can't use a peeler. Can't for the life of me use a peeler. So I just scraped them. It was a work of seconds, so. Yeah, pop some carrots on there as well. Say pop on what you like. See, there you are, look. Nice mix of vegetables. Make sure I mix them up. And I'm going to put some garlic oil. You know I love my garlic oil. There's not as much oil comes out as you would think. It's a really thin stream. And season them up. So now I'm just slicing up an onion. I'm going to do the little potatoes. I couldn't decide whether to just throw them on there or not, but I decided to do garlic and parsley Hasselback potatoes. So for anyone that doesn't know what a Hasselback potato is, it's just sliced thinly across the top about 3/4 of the way down. So as it cooks, it starts to open up and you'll see in a bit. It's like a little hedgehog. No, it's not like a little hedgehog. I don't know, you'll see. You'll see, because I'll show you it while it's cooking. I'm just trying to make sure that it's a safe surface for me to cut on. So, we're coming to Steve's chicken. As you can see, he's got, yeah, he's got quite a bit of that rubbish on his. Said it could have gone spicier. I think I'd give up in a minute at some point anyway, either with his or mine, and I just stick my hands in. No, not this one obviously because of the chilies. If your potatoes are any bigger than mine, I would start them off before you put these mini fillets in, because obviously it'll be dry. I'll part cook them in the oven first. So I washed out everything. I'm going to cover mine. I've never tried this, and it was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful it was. I will definitely be getting these again. And I'm not a fan of fillets. I've always said that. I didn't know what to do with these for the longest time. I'll get fed up in a minute and stick my hand in. There we go. And coated them in that stuffing. Oh, they were so nice. And it stopped them from drying out. Like, you can probably, if you look closely at the screen, see the lines on them potatoes. And what I did, I can just about make them out. I did not get any of the heat of cheeses. Well, I did not get any heat off Steve's chicken. It didn't interfere with mine at all, so happy to say. So garlic, parsley and some oil, and all I'm doing is just brushing it on. I'm going to do this a few times while it's cooking, because as they cook, then potatoes where I've sliced them will start to open up, and then every time you brush this, it'll go inside the potato and flavour it. Just season. So now I'm just going to add some seasoning on there, some parsley. Oregano. Steady with the oregano. It can overwhelm, I think. garlic. So that's been in for a bit. So you can see now the potatoes are starting to open up a little bit. Then that that oil and that parsley and garlic and that will start to get in there now. Such a quick and easy thing to make. So that's what the potatoes and everything looked like when it came out. You can see I'm hunting out the vegetables that I don't eat, but Steve does. And yes, he did eat all these vegetables that I put on his plate. There we go. Yum yum. Easy tray bake. Hope somebody gives that a go. So I've just written out the planner, so I thought I'd include it in this video. Do I always do everything? No. I mean, I didn't do the fry up last week, so that's back up on this one. This is more to give me ideas, so I'm not sat here right half the day thinking, I wonder what we can have for tea. How many women out there are like that? So, in case anybody wants any ideas, Monday I've got jacket potatoes, options tuna, cheese, salad, whatever. Tuesday, sweet and sour chicken with some home cooked prawn crackers. Wednesday I put fry up back on the list because we didn't have it, so that'll be sausage, bacon, fried bread, egg, mushrooms, hash browns, beans, tomatoes, that sort of thing. Thursday, some form of pasta, whether it's spaghetti bolognese or a ragu or an all-in-one pot sort of thing. Friday I've got some beer battered fish, so I figured fish, chips and peas. Saturday, baby potatoes. I'm going to cook that ham that Steve brought back, that small one. Get rid of that. And then a salad. Then on Sunday, Steve asked for this is next week, so a homemade steak pie with tender stem carrots, roast potatoes and Yorkshires. So that's what he's asked for that. Now, he's going off doing his shopping tomorrow, so he's going to go Lidl, Herons. Herons will just grab a couple of bits, whatever is a good offer. Tesco is going in for the offers, if there's anything decent. That's all he goes in there for. But Lidl is where he does his main shopping. Bless him. And he does a good job as well. So I give him, like, I know this looks like a lot, but it's broke down into sections. So it'll start off with all the salad, fruit, vegetables all at the top. Then it'll move onto bread. Then some sort of meats and sandwich meats and stuff like that. Then milk, yoghurt, cheese, marge, butter. So it's all broken down into sections for him. And he just works off that. And you can put in the trolley whatever he chooses to put in. This is stuff that I've remembered that we could do with in the house. So yeah. So on Lidl's weekly offers, they've got the American week on again. So all I've asked him to see if he can get out of that range is the box of chicken rings. I've not seen the chicken rings before. The kids might enjoy them. And then the brioche hot dog rolls. There was nothing in the American section that really tickled my fancy. But they've got some good offers on the Lidl weekly offers. So they've got southern fried chicken, drums and thighs. So I've put down to get one of those. And I always put next to it ×1 or ×2. Dependent on how much freezer space I've got. Double XL range, they've got maple pork belly on offer. So that sounds really nice. And there's enough in there to do 2 meals for us. So yeah, that'd be a good one to keep in the freezer. And the double XL range as well has got the Chinese pork shoulder steaks. And that would, I had a look at that, that'd probably do 3 meals for us. So yeah, one of those as well. So I have written down the offers. There's nothing written down for Tesco, there's nothing written down for Herons. But if he sees something that's a really good offer or we've not tried before, then he'll grab it. So that's how we work when we do our shopping and our planner. So I should have everything in to make everything what's on this menu. So that's the plan. So yeah, I just thought I'd chuck that in there. See if anyone was interested in watching, see if it gives you any ideas. Let's go to the next part of the video. So, this is part 2 of what I use in my kitchen, what I personally like to keep in the kitchen, what I use on a regular basis, basically. So, you've all seen me using these. So this big, I can't remember how big it is. I don't know if it's 4.6 or 5.6 litres. Unfortunately it is marked at the bottom, but it doesn't work any differently, so that's fine. It's a big deep one, so I can make a casserole in this to feed probably 6 people. And that's the biggest one I've got. I don't know if I want a bigger one. I'm still trying to decide on that. But these are absolutely fantastic. These are not Le Creuset, they are not Staub brand. Those are hundreds of pounds each, and I'm not prepared to pay that when these are such good, fantastic quality. Now this big one I got from Argos. Can't remember how much. I did do a video on it though. But this big one anyway is from Argos. These two at the bottom, the flatter ones, which I'll show you in a minute, are Lidl. Lidl do some fantastic Dutch ovens. So that's the big one, and as I say, I use that one for casseroles and such. So when these can be used, the benefits of these are that they can be used on the hob and in the oven, and with the lids as well. Perfect. Just move that one down. So heavy. Yeah. When you put them in the oven, the Dutch ovens, they conduct heat and transfer it to the food from all directions. Because the cookware can hold this heat, it means that it requires less energy for long, slow cooking, which is always good. The oven-proof lid helps retain moisture and prevents drying during long cooking times as well. You've seen me use these ones. So these are the, let me turn it, these are also heavy. So the red, and I've got the white one underneath, which is exactly the same. So these ones, I bake my rice in the oven in these. I do my stir fries in these instead of using my wok. I do curries. There's nothing that I don't do in these. I also use them for deep, well, not, it can't be deep frying obviously, but shallow frying, because they're so good at getting to a temperature and keeping it at a temperature. So yeah, these are absolutely fantastic. I would never ever be without these again. So yeah, I am thinking of buying actually the smaller ones. I have got a couple of small ones here, but Yeah. So with these, you have got that even heat distribution. You've got a self-basting lid. You can cook the pasta directly in the sauce. They cook the best soups and stews, I think. And it's so versatile with all different types of food and methods of cooking. And as I say, you can go straight from the top of the oven and to the bottom of the oven. And the best thing is, they're going to last you a lifetime. You look after these, they're going to last you a lifetime. So yeah, this is the longest I'm going to speak on anything, but these pans deserve that. You look after these pans, they're going to last you a lifetime. You won't need any more. So I've got 2 of those. Let me move, and the white one. So you've seen me cooking with those loads of times. And then I've got the 2 baby ones. So this one, you can do a cookie pie, a little crumb. Well, this one is really heavy. Oh. This one you could do a crumble in. It's a bit harder to use utensils in these ones with them being small, because obviously I don't want to scrape them. You know, the good quality. Nearly dropped it. That would have been good, wouldn't it? This, my mother-in-law fetched me, this one. And it was less than £10, I think. I'd have to double check with her. But it was, again, Lidl. But look at the quality of them. They're so, so good. Sauces, small puddings. Yeah, really good. And then there's this one as well. If you wanted to do some self-basting eggs, put a cover over. I would suggest anybody getting these pans also get 2 more things. And that is trivets. Because while it probably won't damage your worktop straight away, trust me, you need them on trivets. They stay hot for a very long time. And these are a few pound online. So, worth getting. So, trivets is another one, especially if you get these pans. And I do highly recommend them pans. Also, mine is silicone, but a splash guard. Especially if you're going to use it for the shallow ones, for shallow frying and stuff. Yeah, splash guard. Again, Amazon. A few quid, maybe £6 or £7. You can see there, look. I mean, it does get marked, but I mean, it's a splash guard. I'm not really bothered, to be perfectly honest. As long as it does what I bought it to do, and it does. So, yeah, we'll definitely recommend that. Sticking with pans now. So, besides the Dutch ovens that I've got, I have 2 lots of the metal steamers. You see me whip these out every weekend because I do my veg in them. This I think was Argos, I'm not sure, I think it was. But the fact that it's got these silicone covers on the handles is fantastic because I can just pick it up and take it straight from the hob. Now I like these because they beat me up. I like these. Even though I've got them pans, I don't use them pans on a Sunday, strangely enough. So I use these because I can put my mashed potatoes in there, my parboiled roast potatoes, whatever, in here, and I can also do my gravy in it. So I do like these, and I'm only using 1 hob. That is the thing with these on a Sunday. That's why I like them. I can't say I really use them that much in the week. I switch to the others. But when I need lots of things cooking, these are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you can chop and prepare your vegetables, pop them into here, and then take this to the sink, rinse it. You ain't got to put it in another container and wash another container. Just take it in that. These are so well fitting as well. So if you get the right stuff, do some really nice cookware in that. I mean, that's a really good fitting lid. So yeah, I've got 2 steamers, so I highly recommend these steamers as well. Especially because you can just use the bottom part as a regular pan. But on a Sunday, mashed potato, a couple of veg there, a couple of veg there. You're not using the entirety of your cooktop. Right, I need to move these now. Put these down here. So, shallow frying. These have been in my videos as well. I call these spiders. I don't know if that is the official term for them or not. But not only that, I use them on pasta as well when I'm fishing pasta out. I've got the small one. And I've got the large one. These are perfect for... I don't have a deep fat fryer. I got rid of it because I don't like the smell of it. When oil is sat in it, you can still smell it. So I use a wok, as most of you know, to do my chips, or the air fryer. When I use a wok, I use this to fish the chips out. I'll also use this to fish out my own battered scampi that I've done. My own panko chicken that I've deep fried, or the katsu that I did. I use these because they drain the oil from it so well. So yeah, these are great, and they've got the long handles as well, so you don't have to put your hands too close to the oil. So that's another thing that I like, and I keep in my kitchen and I use. No, I'm not on about the oil here. I'm on about these. I bought them in a pack of 5. I bought 2 packs. Turn it. They don't fit every single bottle, but they do fit about 90% of bottles. And I think they're absolutely fantastic for pouring. You don't get that massive glug that comes out. You've got a bit of control. So I got these. You can get them from Amazon. You can get them from eBay. I think I got mine maybe AliExpress, I think. Yeah. So I do like those. I put them on my cider vinegar. I've got them on my Shaoxing rice wine. I've got them on everything. So yeah, I do like those. Wouldn't be without them now I've got them. Right. You saw me do the sticky toffee pudding last weekend, and I was moaning because I didn't have one of these, an immersion blender. So I bought my Sen one and it come the next day. So yeah, immersion blender. I can't eat soups that have got lumps in. It makes me gip. The texture of it makes me gip. So I need to have one of these. And not only do I use this, I also pass it through a sieve as well. Because I'm just that sad. Everyone's got their weird quirks. But yes, that is mine. It's got to be smooth. Steve uses it when he does the sauce for his pizzas. Also, like I said, for dates that need to be made into a puree, like for the sticky toffee pudding and such, it's got so many different uses. You got a lumpy gravy, stick this in, a little bit of extra hot water, you ain't got a lumpy gravy anymore. So yeah, I think these well, it's a big part of my kitchen. I use it every week. I wouldn't say every day. I mean, that'd be lying. I don't need a blender every day, but I probably use it every week. So yeah. What's next? Right. The fat pig. Literally. Fat pig is silicone. Right, I left... This is for oil. Excess oil from your pans and stuff. I know, because I used to be one, that there are people out there that are still putting oil down the drain, and we ended up with it blocked, and it was our own fault, so we had to sort that out. But ever since then, we pour off the excess oil, and then we wipe the pan with paper towels, and then we wash it. So that's the way we do it now. So we bought the fat pig. So that's the top of it, and that'll drain the pieces out. And then the bottom of it, just be careful because I've got some in there, you can see some. That's like oil that I no longer need. That, no, I didn't use to pour all my oil down the drain. But the thing is, I never went through the step before of wiping it out with a paper towel. So there was still oil basically in them pans. And it accumulated over the... Back then it would have been 8 years of being in this house. And then the drain blocked up. So Steve had the enjoyable job of sorting it out. So as you can see, the oil's in there. I mean, it's not disgusting or anything. But that's oil I wouldn't use. So pour it away. And then when you've got an empty like oil bottle, I mean, we all use a lot of vegetable oils and probably and stuff like that. Just pour it into that and then dispose of it. But I know there are people out there still putting it down the drain. And you shouldn't. So yeah. As I call her, the fat pig. Need her in my kitchen. My salt and pepper dispenser. I could never ever find my little blooming salt and pepper pots. You know when you want to season your food up, or the kids are shouting for something, or you know, I could never find them. And every time I was watching people cooking, because I've watched loads of programs of people cooking, they've got these little pinch pots, and I'm thinking, well, why haven't I got a blooming pinch pot? And you know what? Having this next to the cooker is absolutely fantastic, and it just gets put on the table on a Sunday. So yeah, highly recommend pinch pot. Got mine from Amazon. I think it was about a tenner. Never lose your salt and pepper again. And the last thing in this one today, I'll just say this is the last thing, but the last programme I'll do, like it's a bloody TV show, the last one I'll do is on the electrical items I use, so like appliances and stuff, so that'll be next week. But the last thing I use, this thermometer. I've got one of these smaller ones that's just like a stick. I'm sure you know what I mean. And that can be quickly used. This one, just turn it on. A bit noisy. There you go. I can place it into the oven, into the meat. So it's got meat temperature, and then you can set the temperature at the ideal temperature what you want. So I don't know what temperature I am. Oh, I'm going up, look. There we go. What am I? So my meat temperature is 93F. I'm 93F. That's what I am. But yeah, in all seriousness, this, you can leave it inside the meat and then the wire goes out of the door. And it'll beep really loud and let you know when it's at that perfect temperature. If you want it medium rare or rare even, it'll tell you when it's at that temperature, and then you can go in, take your meat out, and it's perfect. This was not very expensive either. This was from Amazon. But I am extremely careful when I'm cooking white meat, especially like chicken, any sort of poultry, and pork, to be honest. So yeah, I do check the meat to make sure it's cooked. I don't want to kill anybody. So yeah, that's my second part of what is essential in my kitchen. So I hope it gave you some ideas if you needed something else in your kitchen, or any recommendations. My biggest recommendation out of this whole thing would be the pans. And Lidl and Argos have got some amazing ones. Amazing quality. Do not get the ones that are in the title or the name say aluminium. That's not what you want. You want a proper Dutch oven and a cast iron pan. So, thank you so much for watching, especially if you got to the end of this, because it was a long one again. If you want information on anything that I've shown you in this, then by all means, just send me a message. So, I'll see you again in the next one. Thank you guys. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe.